when the last borrower leaves the home. In fact, reverse mortgages are based on a notion that President Reagan signed into law over 25 years ago in order to help seniors remain in their homes. If you're 62 or older and own your own home, you may qualify for a government-insured reverse mortgage with AAG that allows you to turn the equity in your home into tax-free cash. And with AAG, there are never any income or credit score requirements.
Call 1-800-661-0312 now to receive a new free information kit, including a reverse mortgage guide and DVD, personal stories from people like you, and a brand new family guide for children and loved ones, all absolutely free with no obligation.
AAG can help you pay off credit card debt, eliminate monthly mortgage payments, and provide some real retirement security.
Call 1-800-661-0312 today to get your free AAG reverse mortgage information kit and bonus DVD.
In the kit, you'll receive a helpful 3-part guide. The first will show you how a government-insured reverse mortgage allows you to access the equity in your home as tax-free cash. 500,000 people have already done it. The second booklet contains stories told by people just like you who've had their lives changed forever using a reverse mortgage. And the third guide is full of helpful answers and information for children and loved ones.
Call 1-800-661-0312 now to receive your information kit and DVD, all absolutely free.
There's simply an effective way for folks just like you to get the cash you need to enjoy your retirement.
Call 1-800-661-0312 now to receive your information kit and DVD, all absolutely free. Call 1-800-661-0312 now.
AAG, the best advice for a better life.
Welcome back to Weather Center Live. We want to take a few minutes now to just track flu cases as people try to not only deal with winter weather, but being sick on top of it.
Yeah, this is a look at the latest data now from the Centers for Disease Control. And check it out, at least 75% of the nation reporting widespread outbreaks of the flu. Only maybe about 8 states with regional outbreaks, but no state reporting no reports. So flu is running rampant for most of the country.
It really is. And if you get the flu, you'll probably shiver, you'll sweat, you'll ache through one of the worst parts of being sick, a fever. But how does this actually help you get well?
All right, our own Sam Champion answers this burning question in this edition of Brainstorm.
A fever is actually a self-defense mechanism produced by our immune system, designed to fight infection. Many viruses and bacteria achieve their optimal rate of replication at the body's normal 98.6 degree temperature. To hinder this replication process, the immune system turns up the heat, the body heat that is, by producing what are called pyrogens. These chemicals send signals to the brain's hypothalamus, essentially the body's thermostat, to heat things up. The brain achieves this temperature rise by paradoxically tricking the body into feeling cold, which gives you the feeling of the chills. The result is about 20% of the body's blood, or nearly 6 billion blood cells, get rerouted from the extremities to the core. And because blood radiates heat, your internal body temperature rises. And with every 1 degree rise in body temperature, the resting metabolic rate increases by about 7%, which along with the shivering generates additional heat. This rise in core temperature allows the immune system to fight back and eventually impede the virus replication. The entire coordinated effort of fever requires a lot of energy. In fact, in order to get the average human body to a fever of about 102, requires more than 700,000 joules of energy. That's enough energy to run a space heater for about 20 minutes. You've been Brainstorm. Sam Champion, the Weather Channel.
All right, it's time now for the 7-day forecast. And let me tell you right now that tomorrow will be perhaps the only day over the next 7 that it'll be fairly quiet for most of the nation. Look how quiet the weather map looks tomorrow on your Friday. But just in time for the weekend, we start to notice things gearing up because a system will be coming down out of Canada and it'll sweep across the Ohio Valley, eventually pushing back into the northeast with widespread snow and very cold air. Look at the snow on Saturday pushing into New York City as well as Boston. On Sunday, still the cold air and the snow will be impacting you, Boston. Even blizzard conditions expected. Look at the forecast high in New York, only 17 on Sunday, only 14 in Chicago, and only 12 in Minneapolis. This, we think, will be a pretty big storm, even though it looks fairly innocuous on this weather map. But let me tell you, this could be a big storm system with those blizzard conditions on Sunday in Boston. After that system moves on out of the picture, then we focus our attention on the next system that will be getting its act together on Monday as it comes down the spine of the Rockies, pushes into the plains, and eventually across the mid and lower Mississippi River Valley. This will be a cross-country storm, and look at the large area of blue. That's where we're anticipating snow on Tuesday from Philadelphia all the way back to maybe even Denver. By then, look at your forecast high, Denver, only in the teens. To the south of that, where you see the pink, we could be talking about freezing rain, and then all rain where you see the green, and even some thunderstorms we're thinking on Tuesday across parts of Louisiana and Mississippi. And then Wednesday, this moves into Atlanta and the Carolinas. But look at Wednesday's forecast. Blue back into the northeast, and that means more snow. We'll keep you covered.
Rainstorm brought to you by Alka-Seltzer Plus Cold and Cough.
I have a cold with terrible chest congestion. Better take something.
Theraflu Severe Cold doesn't treat chest congestion.
Really?
New Alka-Seltzer Plus Day Powder rushes relief to your worst cold symptoms plus chest congestion.
Oh, what a relief it is.
Here we go!
Hi, my name's Serena, and today is day 1 of my Hydroxycut transformation.
We're gonna live free.
I lost 30 pounds. Hydroxycut really works.
Hydroxycut is America's #1 selling weight loss supplement brand. Mix and match gummies, tablets, and drink mix.
Off and on throughout my life, I struggled with my weight, and Hydroxycut is the only thing that has worked for me.
Hydroxycut lets you lose weight your way. And go to hydroxycut.com to access the Be Thinner in 30-day starter plan.
Every Sunday night, we're taking our cameras to 14,000 feet.
This ain't a good place to make a mistake.
With these extreme fortune seekers.
Look how blue that is.
Gambling on the dig of their lives.
Get down now!
This is an absolute extreme situation.
If this is my last year on the mountain, be a fine way to go out.
Season 3, Prospectors, the $1 Million Mountain. Sundays at 9 on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 73 degrees under fair skies. This afternoon, sunny, high 75. Winds west at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Tonight, mostly clear, low 52. Winds west-northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Friday, sunny skies, high 72. Winds northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Founders Days at Pep Boys, where you can get 1921 prices on items store-wide, like a Torin 2-ton floor jack, just $19.21. And when you buy 3 select tires, you get the 4th one free instantly. Trust the boys to get you there.
Have you ever thought about trying eHarmony? Then we've got something exciting just for you. Our free communication weekend, this Thursday through Monday only. We're giving away unprecedented access, including sending messages to matches who interest you. This Valentine's Day weekend, you can really experience eHarmony for free. It's the first step in finding that perfect person for you. Connect for free this Thursday through Monday only.
Now everyone who uses catheters can get a better catheter with Liberator Medical's free catheter sample pack. These new catheters are better than ever, easier to use, more convenient, comfortable, virtually pain-free. Don't wait. Call now and get your free catheter sample pack. There's the all-new compact catheter for women, pre-lubricated, no drips, no mess, fits in your purse. The self-lubricated catheter, it lubricates itself in the package, comfortable, no mess. The closed system catheter, pre-lubricated with its own collection bag, proven to reduce UTIs. The discreet pocket catheter, curved to fit in your pocket to go anywhere. The polished eyelet catheter for micro-smooth comfort, reduces friction and pain. Call now. We'll also bill Medicare and your insurance for you. Call for your free catheter sample pack with free shipping.
With so many great shows on these days, you need a DVR that can catch them all. How many shows can you DVR at one time?
I can only DVR one at a time.
It'll act like it's recording, but one of us got kicked out.
There isn't any fighting, but there is conflict.
With Xfinity, you can record 4 shows at once and watch a 5th live.
That's really cool.
There's no conflict, so you're never going to miss a show.
Say so long to recording conflicts. Upgrade to an Xfinity X1 Triple Play from Comcast and save when you bundle. See for yourself. Call 1-800-XFINITY or visit Comcast.com today.
How fast are new Allegra gel caps?
There, I didn't know you got a cat fast.
How strong are new Allegra gel caps?
10 more lawns to go strong.
Non-drowsy Allegra gives you noticeable relief of your worst allergy symptoms in just 1 hour. 2 times faster than Claritin and stays strong for 24 hours.
There, relief even when pollen's off the charts strong.
New Allegra gel caps. Nothing's faster, nothing's stronger. Guaranteed or your money back.
2752. That's 800-399-2752. 800-399-2752.
So we've got like 60 years of experience here. And that's just Sam.
Jim Cantori, now on AMHQ. Weekday mornings at 7.
Tired, weary, not knowing what to do as people try to dig out from what's already on the ground. They're not thinking about what might be coming their way. But the truth of the matter is another winter storm is headed this weekend. We want to break it down for you. So let's head out to the lab. That's where Nick is joined by Dr. Greg Postel.
Thanks, Viv. Yes, it is time to think about what is coming our way. We've been through this before around the Northeast, just recently, and again, so we know what's coming, but it doesn't make it any easier.
No, it doesn't. I mean, unfortunately on Saturday it's going to come in a little bit slowly, we think, with some snow showers, but that's not the real core of the system. It's going to come in, we think, on Saturday night and get potentially really bad Saturday night and Sunday in the Northeast as what was once a clipper system redevelops, Nick, off the coast near the Gulf of Maine, bringing some heavy snow and wind to coastal New England, potentially some blizzard conditions across the region as this low pressure system really gets cranked up, I don't know, not very far offshore.
Yeah, so Saturday night into Sunday, really need to make sure you got your preparations in place so you can just hunker down and wait it out.
Yeah, if you can. And the other thing is with so much snow and a lot more likely to come, I'm not sure, you have to think about how you're going to cope with all that snow and snow removal problem, because that is now becoming a big issue. We can also talk not just about the snow, but about the cold, because this system is going to bring some Arctic air southward. If you want to know why it's going to do that, you just have to look at where it is right now. This is today on the upper level weather charts, sort of this upper level swirly that's going to be finding its way over New England. But because of where it is, and it's able to extract some of that very cold air north of the Arctic Circle and bring it, and I mean bring it to the Northeast over the weekend, Nick.
Is it any exaggeration to say this is some of the coldest air this season thus far?
Not at all. It is some of the coldest air of the season so far. And I want to point out that we've actually had quite a few snowstorms just in the last couple of days, but they've been over the ocean, a little bit too far away from the coast of the Northeast. For example, if you look at yesterday's system, there was a monster blizzard out there. It just didn't hit anyone and brought some light coastal snow showers to eastern Massachusetts. Overnight tonight and tomorrow, there'll be another pretty big storm winding up, but just again, a little bit too far, only bringing spots of maybe 1 to 3 inches. But this one over the weekend is different, Nick.
Yeah,
it's going to be much closer to the coast.
And that makes all the difference in the world when we're talking about snow amounts, snow accumulations.
Yeah, it's going to have a lot of oceanic moisture to work with. It's got that Arctic air and the upper level energy associated with it, combining for a heavy snow and wind event this weekend, beginning really in earnest, we think, on Saturday night and lasting through much of Sunday. How much? Nobody knows for sure, but some of the models are locking in on perhaps as much as a foot, maybe a little bit more than that in this part of the Northeast, right out in here, and in down East Maine, maybe even more than that. New York on south, it seems less likely that you'll get those extreme amounts, but kind of like what we've seen all along this winter, right? This is kind of following in that same pattern where we've had targeting the snow, the highest amounts in eastern New York State and New England.
Or them that's got getting more for sure. And then looking down the road, we've got more colder air headed even farther south.
Behind this system, we have really what, Nick, you were just saying, is a lot of cold air funneling all the way down south. You're lucky if you get to 50 in Jacksonville, maybe around 40 here in Atlanta, 19 in Boston, even barely 20 in D.C. And why it's so cold is because we have that flow right out of far northern latitudes. Nanook of the North is sliding on his sleigh, right? Bringing all these minus temperatures southward into the U.S. The question is, Nick, how long is it going to last?
That is the question, and it's got to end sometime.
You'd think. Right now, we have those cold temperatures in the east, and that's going to be the case this weekend. Part of the reason why is because where that ridge is, and it's right here, there's the axis of the ridge right now. Is it going to be moving over the next couple of days? Is it going to get a kick one way or the other? Well, it's not going to get a kick to the east. What might happen, and what the models are suggesting, is it's actually going to back up a little bit, where the warmest of all the air is going to move back over the Gulf of Alaska, and what that does is introduce some cold air into the west for a change. Maybe in the northwest by, say, a week from this weekend, so like 10 days out, we're going to start to see some colder air filter in the west, and maybe a little bit of a relaxation here in the south, but still hanging on to the cold across the northern tier. Nick?
And cold air for the west wouldn't be a bad thing, really.
No, and maybe some storminess with some maybe rainfall. That would be good too for some of the drought-stricken areas then. Stay tuned, we'll have it all coming up.
Currently in our area, 73 degrees under fair skies. This afternoon, sunny, high 75. Winds west at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Tonight, mostly clear, low 52. Winds west-northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Friday, sunny skies, high 72. Winds northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
If you're making plans for the weekend, we want you to have a backup. It's all because of what's coming.
Yes, we're talking about the already unprecedented snow and brutally cold air about to become even more intense. Now, we're tracking a 4th consecutive weekend storm, this one with blizzard conditions.
What will this one bring? Who'll see what? Just how bad will it be? Our focus is you, your family, your friends, making sure you know what we know right now on this edition of Weather Center Live.
We thank you so much for joining us for Weather Center Live. I'm Vivian Brown, and we want you to know now that this is becoming a very urgent and serious matter.
Yeah, no doubt about that. I'm Nick Walker, and our team is watching what's coming. Feet of snow to parts of New England, and that's where we begin.
All right, well, let's take you live in a city that has hard hit, of course, already. We've been talking week after week after week about the struggle of the winter weather we've been dealing with in the Boston area. You're already trying to clear away from an unprecedented amount of snow. Some 6 feet have already fallen, and the situation is only going to get worse with this next system. And here is Nick with more details.
Yeah, we've got a little bit of snow today, some late week flakes flying around here and into tonight and into tomorrow too for a lot of places. But you know, this is not the one we're so worried about. This is a Clipper system, a fast moving system, but it's got a lot of wind, it's got a lot of cold air with it, but eventually we're going to see an area of low pressure deepen and develop offshore. Offshore is the key word here because it means just a little bit of snow, just limited snow back toward New England. So here's where we've got the low right now, the cold front making its way across New England, and ahead of it, snowfall, behind it, snowfall too, but behind it we've got a lot of wind too, back into the central and western portions of New York State and into Pennsylvania, blowing snow being reported around Syracuse and Buffalo right now, and cold temperatures as well, teens and temperatures only in the 20s in many areas, and very, very cold wind chills below zero for many of us. Here's the snow amounts we're expecting, maybe 1 to 3 inches off of Lake Ontario, up to an inch in portions of Vermont, all the way down to Connecticut and Massachusetts. Boston, a little bit of light snow before it tapers off, and then we have time to prepare before the next big one, Viv.
And as you know, Nick, it was 24 hours ago that the forecast computer models got a little more bullish on this weekend storm, now increasing the chances of a possible blizzard in parts of the Northeast. So let's bring in our storm specialist, Dr. Greg Postel, to tell us more about the latest run of the forecast models.
Vivian, thank you very much. You know, we're going to have a big snowstorm again in the Northeast over the weekend. On Saturday, we're going to start to see it come in from the northwest as a Clipper system begins to bring some light snow and snow showers across the region. This is just the beginning, guys. So you might see a lot of snow on the map here, but the real action begins on Saturday night when that Clipper sort of transforms itself into a pretty significant coastal storm right here, not far from the beach, bringing the heavy snow and the wind to regions just to its northwest. I think largely north of New York City, but keep an eye just in case if you live in that area. Of course, New Jersey and D.C., not completely out of the woods, but there is a strong coastal storm that is going to bring some Arctic air. We know that to everybody as it begins to pull away on Sunday with snow and wind continuing. So it's yet another in a long series of storms to impact essentially the same areas of the country. This is where it is right now today, way up here, guys. So you get the sense that it's got the Arctic air with it, right? It's going to bring it all the way down, and it's going to bring it hard and bring it into the Northeast. And with those powerful upper level dynamics, all those reds and yellows and oranges, guys, it's going to lead to some significant coastal development in tight to the coast, unlike we've seen in recent days. But it's still the same pattern, right? Yesterday we had a blizzard, but it was just way out in the ocean, and because it was 500 miles away, only brought a little bit of light snow and some coastal ocean effect snow showers to eastern New England. Tonight and tomorrow, we got another system that's going to be a pretty big snowstorm, but again, out in the ocean. So after another, we're going to have this close one to the coast over the weekend, guys. So this is really nothing different that we've seen over the last 48 hours, except it's going to be closer to the coast, and that's why it's so much trouble, we think. Going to bring a lot of rain, a lot of snow, a lot of wind, and Arctic air in tow because of where it's coming from, guys. If you want to look at how much snow we think, maybe over a foot in Boston. Obviously, the farther south you go from there, the less the amounts will get, much like we've seen over and over again this wintertime, guys. And you know what? If that weren't enough, as we head toward early next week, we do think there's going to be another storm brewing, but coming at us from a different angle, so impacting parts of the south on Monday with some snow and ice. Lots to talk about, Viv. Lots of winter still yet to come. Back to you.
Oh, yes, lots of winter still to come. Thanks very much, Dr. Postel.
And with the snow coating the ground and more on the way, cabin fever is setting in. New Englanders stuck snowed inside their homes for days.
And our own Dave Malkoff checked in with one family that you think would know a lot about winter weather. Here's more about their story.
Honey, are you gonna go shovel?
No, Daddy shoveled.
The piles aren't getting any smaller.
Giving pancakes?
Outside this house in Worcester County, Mass.
Do you have gym today or band?
Normally, the middle of the week
All right. I love you.
should not be the first full school day.
Nicholas, we're gonna head out, okay?
But that's been the pattern these last few weeks. For this family, the, what's their names?
I'm Krishna. I'm Andrew Snow. Nikki Snow.
For real.
That's real.
In the Snow House, memories of summer barbecues are long frozen over.
There's no reason to be crabby. Let's get going.
Around here, even fleets of plows can't keep the school snow days from piling up. So Mama Snow has had to haul her 3 little snowmen to the job.
I'm lucky enough where I can take the kids to work with me if I need to.
Just getting to the family business is tricky. She owns that burger place at the end of this network of snowmobile tracks.
And it's the easiest method to get around rather than driving your car and getting into accidents,
Even hardcore New Englanders are hungry for a change. Something.
I think it stinks.
Anything but more snow.
I mean, it's pretty and all, but if you have to drive in it or go to work and shovel it, it's a little much.
These black and white photos tell the black and white grill's tale from the 50s into the 60s into today. And with nearly 100 inches falling so far this season in this county, they may want to think about taking one more historic photo. In Spencer, Massachusetts, I'm Dave Malkoff, the Weather Channel.
Well, there you have it. Historic snow calls for extraordinary measures.
That's why the city of Boston is asking everyone to help dig out of the thousands of fire hydrants that are buried under the snow. These are pictures from local fire departments across the region. Dig out near the ones your house.
Everything in separate bins, people. Computers, shoes. You can't put two in one.
At Intel, they make technology that lets a device be a laptop and a tablet. So you can put two in one.
No, you can't.
Can.
Can't.
Can.
Intel. This is where it all changes.
See, it's like two things in one. You're like a mermaid or one of those horse guy people.
You mean like a centaur?
See, you can.
At Ancestry, we call it a hint. Our little leaf that helps guide you through the past. Simply type in a name and you're taken on a journey. A journey that crosses generations and continents. All to tell the most amazing story. Yours. Discover your story. Start searching for free now at Ancestry.com.
For the ride around Norfolk, and I just wanted to say Geico is proud to have served the military for over 75 years.
Roger that. Captain's waiting to give you a tour of the Wisconsin now.
Could have parked a little bit closer. It's going to be dark by the time I get there.
Geico, proudly serving the military for over 75 years.
The Weather Channel celebrates Black History Month as only we can, telling the stories of African Americans who saw their world through weather, then changed the world for the better. This week, we sit down with Guyan Bluford, the first African American to travel into space. Black History Month on the Weather Channel. It's amazing out there.
Currently in our area, 73 degrees under fair skies. This afternoon, sunny, high 75. Winds west at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Tonight, mostly clear, low 52. Winds west-northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Friday, sunny skies, high 72. Winds northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Every Sunday night. Get down now! Prospectors, the $1 Million Mountain. Sundays at 9 on the Weather Channel.
All right, so this Tylenol arthritis lasts 8 hours, but Aleve can last 12 hours. And Aleve is proven to work better on pain than Tylenol arthritis. So why am I still thinking about this? How are you?
Get Aleve, proven better on pain.
If your car's side glass gets broken, trust Safelite. Safelite has more glass in stock than anyone, and we'll get you back on your way fast.
Thank you so much. Good as new.
That's another Safelite advantage.
Safelite repair, Safelite replace.
The way we see it, after a heavy snowfall, you have two options. You can stay inside, Or get behind the wheel of the Jeep Grand Cherokee with an available best-in-class 4x4 traction management system to maximize control, giving you confidence in all weather conditions. This is the Jeep Grand Cherokee, the most awarded SUV ever. Well-qualified lessees can lease the 2015 Grand Cherokee Laredo for $349 a month.
Let's go from our little girl to all grown up. Let's say out with the old and in with the options, like that one, or those, with features like this. Let's get exactly what we imagined for less than we thought, and turn a modest budget into a majorly stylish bath. New bathroom? No problem. Let's do this. More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot. Shop stylish vanities in-store and online.
The call went out, and the Massachusetts National Guard has answered. They're among those helping to clear snow away from fire hydrants. This one in Douglas, Massachusetts. Boston's mayor has asked citizens to make a special effort to dig out fire hydrants surrounded by the snow. It really could save some lives. And look at this. They're calling these epic snow piles the Alps at MIT in Boston. This shot shows a group of sophomores blazing a trail to the top of a snow peak near Simmons Hall on the campus of the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. King on the mountain up there. All right, Viv, we're going to find some more mountains developing here.
Hey, you get off a mountain. Let me tell you, a lot of mountains of snow across much of the Northeast. So get ready for more bitterly cold air this winter season. Not one, but two big chills are on the way. This one will cover a lot of real estate, anywhere from the Little Apple in Minneapolis to the Big Apple, New York City, and from the Lakeshore Drive in Chicago to Music Row in Nashville. Yes, a good part of the eastern half of the country will get in on the action in terms of these latest little blasts of cold air we're expecting as we go through the weekend. So here we go. One thing I want to tell you is that we get a break today and tomorrow across the Northeast, in particular Boston, in terms of digging out from the snow, because after that it is back on with a bitterly chill and additional snow. Look at the wind chill alerts that have been issued from upstate New York all the way back into the Cleveland area, even around the Capital District in Albany, New York. Officially, New York City or Boston, you're not under these wind chill alerts because the bulk of the wind chills right now are west of the city. As you can see, Buffalo, look at your current wind chill, 3 below, 17 below as you head back here toward Alpena, the northern parts of the lower peninsula of Michigan, and much of the Midwest and the Great Lakes area. We have bitterly cold wind chills. That's because the jet stream has taken a dive, and that's allowed all of that cold air to come down from Canada and the Arctic Circle, of course. So one wave of bitterly cold air, but then another wave right behind it. And look at this one. That second one will be the more potent one, we think. As you could see on Sunday, the jet stream pushes even farther south near the Gulf Coast. So that's going to allow some of that cold air to make its way all the way into Georgia, including the Atlanta area and over the Carolinas. Now here's a look at the morning lows. Tomorrow morning dropping down to the single digits, even below zero, we think, on Saturday morning for your morning temperature when you wake up. New York City, here's a look at your extended forecast. Again, very cold air on the way. Nick?
A lot of folks, Vivian, in the Northeast looking to the west and saying, I'd like to be there. Yeah, where the sun is shining, where the folks are wearing shorts, where you can get a sunburn just like that. Yeah, a little winter escape to the west maybe is going to be in a lot of people's agenda here very, very soon. But be careful what you wish for, because it's so incredibly dry, and the warmth is really, abnormal for this time of year. I mean, the warm air underneath that ridge is making temperatures up near record levels today and into tomorrow. There's that frigid air with that jet stream dip, but wherever you see a dip in the jet stream, you're going to have a ridge somewhere else, and that's what we have parked over the west. That sinking air, hard for clouds to form. Boy, do we ever need rain here in the west, and we need that mountain snow too. And get a load of these temperatures, 10 to 25 degrees above average. It has been so incredibly warm, and now today, with those warm offshore winds coming over the mountains from the east and from the north and compressing, that's why you're getting temperatures like this in LA today. 84 degrees into your Saturday, lots of 80s around Southern California, and really no end in sight for now, because we've got Vegas with temperatures in the mid-70s today, then up to 80 degrees on Saturday. That is too warm for this time of year. year. 82 on Sunday, back down into the 70s on Monday. Still, look at the average high temperature, 62 degrees, well above what we would normally find. But we'll talk more about the cold and the snow coming up.
Average work pants versus a grab-happy grizzly. Duluth Fire Hose work pants versus a grab-happy grizzly. Duluth Trading Fire Hose work pants, tougher than a grizzly's grope. Get a pair, only at DuluthTrading.com.
Please?
No.
Please?
No.
For those headaches that just aren't bad enough for a lot of medicine, there's new Excedrin Mild Headache. 35% less medicine, plus a booster to end everyday headaches fast.
Wow, my headache's gone.
Excedrin Mild Headache.
I have the worst cold with this runny nose. I better take something.
Dayquil Cold and Flu doesn't treat your runny nose.
Seriously?
Alka-Seltzer Plus Cold and Cough fights your worst cold symptoms plus your runny nose.
Oh, what a relief it is.
They lived.
They lived. They lived.
We lived, thanks to our Subaru.
Love. It's what makes a Subaru a Subaru.
All right, listen up. Out on that field today, you will be ready for anything. And I want you to always remember, this is the greatest team you will ever be part of.
And when they're asked, what did you do to make a difference in the world? They can say, I became a soldier.
The Weather Channel celebrates Black History Month as only we can, telling the stories of African Americans who saw their world through weather, then changed the world for the better. This week, we sit down with Guy in Bluford.
My name is Jason, and I work for Comcast. We know the best way to improve is by listening to our customers. That's why we guarantee 2-hour appointment windows, night and day, 7 days a week. With our 97% on-time rate, you'll never have to wait around. And if we're ever late, you'll get a $20 credit. I think we're getting better all the time.
Only Xfinity guarantees 2-hour appointment windows. And with our 97% on-time rate, you can count on us to be there. Xfinity, the future of awesome.
When you're in pain, an hour seems like a day seems like a month. Resolute Pain Solutions offers same-day, next-day appointments for evaluation and treatment. Our pain management specialists have the knowledge and experience in state-of-the-art procedures to relieve pain and get you moving. Patients in pain no longer have to endure unnecessary suffering while waiting for an appointment. Resolute Pain Solutions. Stop hurting. Start living today. Visit resolutemd.com/TV.
Remember, berries.com. Click the mic and enter code WEATHER or call 888-SWEET-90.
Every Sunday night. Get down now! Prospectors, the $1 Million Mountain. Sundays at 9 on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 73 degrees under fair skies. This afternoon, sunny, high 75. Winds west at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Tonight, mostly clear, low 52. Winds west-northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Friday, sunny skies, high 72. Winds northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
I've been around 40 years. I have been through hurricanes. I've been through World Trade Center bombings, tornadoes coming, 30 inches, 36 inches, and all that. So this ain't this woman's first rodeo. The fixing of it has to wind up being part of a collective because we are running an extremely aged system that is getting a pounding every single day, and we love it because we love our public. But I'm telling you that this is not a spring chicken system by any stretch of the imagination.
Dr. Beverly Scott, the head of Boston's Transit Authority, giving a fiery response to critics after the system was shut down earlier this week because of the massive amounts of snow the region has been dealing with. And now she's resigning. Scott's resignation, effective April 11th, the announcement coming just hours after the board that oversees the MBTA gave her a unanimous vote of confidence.
Yes, tensions running high, that's for sure, and reasonably so because we've had just too much snow in the Boston area. I mean, record snow we've had. We're sitting in right now at some 72 inches. That's over 6 feet of snow we're dealing with in the Boston area. So let me tell you, more snow is on the way, unfortunately, and that cold air will get even colder, and that's going to make the snow kind of hang around for at least another week or so. So here we go. We're watching on one little disturbance as it moves through, and it'll swing through, say, the next 48 hours or so. But it is this next pocket of very, very cold air that's going to come in, and by Saturday, late Saturday into Sunday, it's going to develop off the coast here, and that's when we could be talking about not only additional cold air and snow, but blizzard conditions, say, for Boston and a good part here of New England. This system will really get its act together and kind of bomb out over the coast, and that'll make for a very windy scenario. So here we go with Saturday as we watch that system push south of the border, swinging across the eastern Great Lakes and pushing right off, as I mentioned, the New England coast Saturday night into Sunday here, and bring back in some of the moisture from the Atlantic and very windy conditions right along the New England coast. So heavy rain, or should I say heavy snow, and the windy conditions. Here's a look at Sunday. Notice the center of the low pressure will be moving away a little bit farther away, but its influence will still be felt because we think that it'll still be close enough to maybe create some blizzard conditions across a good part of New England, in particular Boston. Now take a look at the snowfall amounts that we're expecting between late Sunday into Sunday evening. Anywhere from 12 to 18 inches of additional snow is in the forecast for Boston. This is a terrible forecast in terms of not needing more snow in Boston, but this is actually what the computer models are saying is possible right now. Again, 12 to 18 inches of additional snow in Boston. You know we are here. We're fine-tuning the forecast, and we'll let you know immediately if anything changes, but that's the way it stands right now. So officially the forecast for you, Boston, snow going through the weekend, and look at the temperatures only in the teens. So as I mentioned, that snow is going to stick around. And then as that system moves out late Sunday, we'll be focusing our attention on the next storm. This one will be more of a cross-country storm. It'll start over the northern Rockies and then slide through the Central Plains, the Mississippi Valley, and actually Monday into Tuesday, and actually even into Wednesday, providing more snow across parts of the Northeast, and even rain and thunderstorms expected over the South. Nick?
All right, so Atlanta, the vacation's almost over. The cold is coming to the south. Yeah, looking good out there right now. It's windy. We've got a wind advisory with wind gusts up to 35 miles per hour. But watch the temperatures fall as we head into the weekend. Saturday night into Sunday morning, 22 degrees for a low. Then we're going to get cold again Wednesday night into Thursday of next week. So definitely some wintry weather here and some cold wind chills all across the south Sunday morning, down into the single digits and even below zero in some places.
Tonight, every dish came out of the cupboard, literally. Can this mess be conquered by a little bit of Dawn Ultra? Yes. One bottle has the grease cleaning power of 2 bottles of this bargain brand. Dawn, it's amazing what a drop can do.
Don't miss Founders Days at Pep Boys, where you can get 1921 prices on items store-wide, like a Torin 2-ton floor jack, just $19.21. And when you buy 3 select tires, you get the 4th one free instantly. Trust the boys to get you there.
Jack's heart attack didn't come with a warning.
Today's doctor has him on a bare aspirin regimen to help reduce the risk of another one. If you've had a heart attack, be sure to talk to your doctor before you begin an aspirin regimen.
With Crizal No Glare lenses, neither scratch, nor smudge, nor glare of night can keep you from the clearest vision possible. Plus, Crizal gives you the most comprehensive UV protection. Crizal No Glare lenses. Live life in the clear.
How do I get hotel deals nobody else gets? I know a guy. I know this guy, Coloito, and this guy who knows a guy. Hey, guy. I know a guy in New York, Vegas, Dallas. I've known some guys for decades. And son, nice to meet you. Let's deal. My competitors may know a guy, but I know over 60,000 guys. And gals.
Exclusive hotel deals up to 60% off. Priceline.com.
When the moment's spontaneous, why pause to take a pill? Or stop to find a bathroom? Cialis for daily use is approved to treat both erectile dysfunction and the urinary symptoms of BPH, like needing to go frequently, day or night. Tell your doctor about all your medical conditions and medicines and ask if your heart is healthy enough for sex. Do not take Cialis if you take nitrates for chest pain, as it may cause an unsafe drop in blood pressure. Do not drink alcohol in excess. Side effects may include headache, upset stomach, delayed backache, or muscle ache. To avoid long-term injury, get medical help right away for an erection lasting more than 4 hours. If you have any sudden decrease or loss in hearing or vision, or any symptoms of an allergic reaction, stop taking Cialis and get medical help right away. Ask your doctor about Cialis for daily use and the free 30-tablet trial.
Lowe's presents How to Accidentally Invent a New Word.
This new living room is so you. It's so... Sophisticated. Exactly. Sophisticated.
Get Valspar Ultra Interior Paint now at a new lower price at Lowe's.
Something special happens when you come to TransUnion.com. You get in the know. When you're in the know about your credit, you feel confident, ready for anything. At TransUnion.com, you get instant credit alerts to keep you in sync. You can even lock and unlock your TransUnion report with the swipe of a finger. Come to TransUnion.com and get in the know.
Build weather invention.
Wow, anybody else surprised it actually worked?
It was hard to believe weather could do that.
Mother Nature can absolutely change people.
Currently in our area, 73 degrees under fair skies. This afternoon, sunny, high 75. Winds west at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Tonight, mostly clear, low 52. Winds west-northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Friday, sunny skies, high 72. Winds northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Every Sunday night. Get down now! Prospectors, the $1 Million Mountain. Sundays at 9 on the Weather Channel.
If you are in the Northeast or know someone who lives there, listen up. The time to prepare is now. A weekend blizzard will add misery to an already dangerous situation. And that's not all. There's more wintry weather to talk about. That's coming up after the weekend is said and done. Hello, thanks for joining us here on Weather Center Live. I'm Nick Walker.
And I'm Vivian Brown. Now, this afternoon, our focus is keeping you safe, making sure that you know exactly what's headed your way.
Yeah, we really can't stress enough. There will be dangerously cold temperatures, snow, ice, taking an already unprecedented situation to extreme levels. So let's talk about some of the problems we're already experiencing.
Yeah, developing news right now. Winter weather has caused accidents, even shutting down I-81, the southbound lanes here east of Oswego, New York. There is Oswego, the extreme western part of the state now, between Richland and the Hastings area, just off of Lake Ontario. And it's because of this. You could see the more steady and heavy band of snow, perhaps reducing visibility to a quarter of a mile or less around the Hastings area. Again, that's just on Interstate 81, so please be careful here. And unfortunately, more lake effect snows and more out and out real snow expected across the region. Here's Nick with more.
Yeah, Viv, much worse yet to come. This that we're talking about is just a few late week snowflakes and cold temperatures here around the Northeast. There's a lot of wind out there blowing that snow, limiting your visibility. Wind chill warnings up for Buffalo, for Syracuse, on down into portions of Pennsylvania. The wind chill advisories extend up into Maine, southward through the spine of the Appalachians, back toward Cleveland and into Flint, Michigan. So it's widespread windy conditions, widespread cold conditions. Look at the wind chills we're looking at. Alpena, Michigan feels like 13 below zero, feels like 6 below in Cleveland, and in the single digits at Altoona, Pennsylvania, and Binghamton, New York, and also Bangor, Maine. We've got some snow coming through, courtesy of this latest little clipper system coming into Maine right now. It's mostly light here from Bangor back toward Portland, and mostly light across much of New York State and on into portions of Connecticut, too. Haven't seen much in the way around New York City or Philadelphia, but Pittsburgh getting a few snow flurries and some down into Elkins, West Virginia as well. We'll get a bit more from this system as it makes its way eastward. It is going to intensify, but it's going to do it offshore. So the snow that we'll see out here into the ocean isn't really going to affect us for now, but we got a lot more snow on the way, more than this, up to 1 inch here around the Northeast, Viv.
Yeah, as you mentioned, Nick, an even bigger winter mess will follow on the heels of this weekend's snowmaker. This one could stretch for more than 2,000 miles. Our storm specialist, Dr. Greg Postel, joins us now to talk more about that system and the one for the weekend in New England.
That's right, Vivian. Let's look at the one over the weekend in New England, including Boston. Yes, I'm talking about Boston getting a lot of snow beginning probably on Saturday, coming down hard Saturday night and parts of Sunday. There's the timing for us. Saturday night snowing pretty hard, we think. And then look at this, these sideways going snowflakes. That means it's going to be windy. Look at some of these numbers, 30 plus miles per hour, probably gusts maybe over 50. So I would not be surprised to see some blizzard conditions, but also look at these numbers for your afternoon daylight hours on Sunday. Highs in the lower teens, guys. This is an Arctic air mass that's going to be associated with a snowstorm. You want to know why there's going to be an Arctic air mass with that? Because look where it's coming from today. This is the upper level energy that's associated with that feature. It's going to be coming southward out of that jet stream and then find itself in a very favorable spot for rapid development of a low pressure system at the surface, which will really take place, we think, on Saturday night. There it goes. Boom. That clipper, that northwesterly flow clipper, turns into a coastal storm in tight to the beach, which is why we think there's going to be heavy snow in places like Boston, perhaps even Hartford, Providence, Nashua, Portland, Lewiston, Auburn, Bangor, this whole zone right in here, maybe even as far south as New York. Stay tuned. It's a little bit less clear what's going to happen that far south, but we do think wherever the heavy snow band sets up, it's going to be nasty, windy, and wicked cold, guys, all the way through late Sunday. Some of the numbers coming in from the latest models are showing over a foot in eastern Massachusetts and parts of northern Connecticut, Rhode Island, and obviously in down east Maine. They are looking to get absolutely drilled by this thing as another coastal storm winds up over the weekend. Stay tuned for all the latest. As I said, blizzard conditions are definitely possible. Then we have to turn our attention to Monday because we have another set of storms, or a storm system in a way, coming out of the southwest. When was the last time we saw that? We've been seeing these systems come in out of that north flow for a long time, but the one coming in next week has got a different DNA to it, right? It's going to bring some winter weather to the south, perhaps as far south as northern Georgia on Tuesday and maybe even Wednesday, guys. Watch out for this one, because not only will it impact the Northeast midweek, might also get into the Mid-South. Viv and Nick, back to you guys.
Oh, yeah. I think I saw a little blue down there across northern Georgia. Definitely keeping our eyes on that. Well, we have had a little break in the Boston area. The last 3 days didn't have measurable snow, but they're still digging out of some 70 inches.
Yeah, and our Ron Blom headed to one neighborhood to see how they're coping with all of that snow.
Across the neighborhoods of Boston, there is really only one job: move as much snow out of the way as possible to reclaim a city. Some of it is done on a big scale, but most of it is done one shovel load at a time.
I don't know where to put all of this.
Will Tran, who lives in this Boston neighborhood, approaches snow removal like a sport. His throws have plenty of gusto.
The biggest issue? More snow coming. It's not pleasant. It's like mandatory discipline.
This is the Dorchester neighborhood of Boston. Out on the main drag, there's a semblance of snow-clogged order. Although if you look around, it is evident that the big snow does not discriminate when it comes to automotive burials. But it is on the residential streets where the struggle against snow is more personal. The lanes are narrowed. The trash piles up. Some buried cars show scars of the snow removal effort, big blade-like cuts. Others looked buried for good. Every household faces the challenge to dig out.
The trick is to shovel in sections. You know, a little bit today, a little bit tonight, and it does a number on your back, but you can either have this or you can have this. Yeah.
The neighborhoods are quiet as most drivers move cautiously past the buried vehicles that show hints of paint from beneath the snow. When those cars are dug out, the spaces are claimed with all manner of items. No one who has done this much work is willing to let anyone else share in the spoils.
Because they dug out the parking spot, so they want to keep it.
So when you see this chair, don't you dare. You can't park here. Circling the neighborhoods of Boston and looking for a place to park, I'm Ron Blom for the Weather Channel.
Oh, yeah, a lot of digging out we've had to do so far, and unfortunately, more snow is on the way. As mentioned by our storm specialist, Dr. Greg Postel, we're watching another system come down through the weekend. Notice on Saturday from the eastern Great Lakes into the northeast, more snow. And then on Sunday, that area of low pressure will still be kind of looming off the coast here, so it won't be over for you, Boston. In fact, near blizzard conditions expected on Sunday. Other than that, we'll look at quiet conditions, but very cold, of course, in the Chicago area. Only 14, the forecast high on Sunday. It'll be cold, too, for you, Atlanta, on Sunday. Only 39, your forecast high. In the 50s for you, Dallas. And quiet and warm, of course, across the Southwest. Okay, it is Valentine's Day weekend, so let's check out the forecast for different regions of the country. Starting with you, Chicago, very cold. Only in the teens going through the weekend, so please bundle up. New York City, much of the same for you, as mentioned. Windy, too, with only 18, the forecast high on Sunday. Atlanta will be cold on Sunday, so prepare for that.
Currently in our area, 73 degrees under fair skies. This afternoon, sunny, high 75. Winds west at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Tonight, mostly clear, low 52. Winds west-northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Friday, sunny skies, high 72. Winds northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Boston Market introduces our 2 for $20 complete meal deal. For just $20, get 2 individual meals, like our all-natural rotisserie chicken, 2 classic sides, 2 drinks, and 2 desserts, all for a limited time, only at Boston Market.
If you've ever wondered how you're going to survive another harsh winter, or stay dry from torrential rain showers, or savor the last warm rays of sun, step inside the Jeep Grand Cherokee and wonder no more. This is the Jeep Grand Cherokee, the most awarded SUV ever. Well-qualified lessees can lease the 2015 Grand Cherokee Laredo for $349 a month.
Can a protein originally found in a jellyfish improve your memory? Our scientists say yes. Researchers have discovered a protein that actually supports healthier brain function. It's the breakthrough in a supplement called Prevagen. As we age, we lose proteins that support our brain. Prevagen supplements these proteins and has been clinically shown to improve memory. It's safe and effective. For support of healthier brain function, a sharper mind, and clearer thinking, try Prevagen for yourself today.
Wow, I've been Claritin Clear for 10 days.
When your allergies start, doctors recommend taking one non-drowsy Claritin every day during your allergy season for continuous relief.
18 days. 17 days.
22 days of continuous relief.
Live Claritin Clear every day.
If your car's side glass gets broken, trust Safelite. Safelite has more glass in stock than anyone, and we'll get you back on your way fast.
Thank you so much. Good as new.
That's another Safelite advantage.
Safelite repair, Safelite replace.
I've always seen No-No on TV, and I always wondered if it worked. And it definitely, I can see what everybody talks about now.
It's not a razor. It's not a laser. It's No-No from Radiancy, the #1 hair removal system in the world.
It's absolutely no pain.
Can't believe the difference, how it's almost hair-free.
No-No gives you no hair with no pain.
Well, I saw it on TV and they said it was painless, right? I didn't really believe it, but now that I'm trying it, it feels completely painless.
And now, No-No is better than ever. Introducing the new No-No Pro. It's up to 35% more powerful. Imagine never having to shave again.
I like a close shave. Absolutely. And this is better than that. I mean, it's gone.
No more facial hair. No more embarrassment.
I've always been self-conscious of my hairline, so putting my hair back, this will be perfect for me.
And for that man in your life, there's No-No for him too.
It looks like just like you've got a fresh wax, but like you don't have to go through all the pain.
Call now and we'll send you the cordless No-No Pro in your choice of colors. Featuring an LCD display, it comes with up to 5 treatment levels. Plus, we'll include everything you need to get rid of your unwanted hair. A set of Thermicon tips, specially designed for your face and body. A buffer pad to exfoliate and polish your skin. Plus, act now and we'll send you the No-No travel case as a free gift. And get this, you can try No-No risk-free for not 30 days, but 60 days with our triple guarantee. If you are not 100% satisfied, return it and we'll refund the purchase price, refund the shipping, and even pay the return postage. Try No-No risk-free today.
I need to get myself one of these right now. Absolutely.
For your 60-day trial, go to nonopro.com or call 1-800-955-2390. That's 1-800-955-2390.
Welcome back. You know, going into space, obviously that's an incredible feat, and one not many people can claim.
Well, Dr. Guyanne Bluford can not only claim that, but a whole lot of other accomplishments in the world of science and technology as well.
And as part of our Black History Month celebration, meteorologist Paul Goodloe introduces us to this inspirational man.
6, 5, we have engine start, 2, 1, we have ignition and we have liftoff.
Space Shuttle mission number 8, August 30th, 1983.
Standing by for main engine throttle down and control.
Historic in several ways. While it was the 3rd flight for Challenger, it was the first launch and landing at night, which the weather threatened to postpone. It was also the first flight for Dr. Guyanne Bluford, better known as Guy.
What was it like being the first African American in space?
It was my job to do the best job possible to open up opportunities for other African Americans. I also knew that I wanted to set the standard, to make people realize that African Americans are very competent.
President Ronald Reagan wasted no time in touting Bluford's accomplishment.
Guy, congratulations. You, I think, are paving the way for many others.
There is no question that he helped break the color barrier in the astronaut office. Guy came in with a PhD, fighter pilot in the Air Force. He had all the credentials and didn't need to explain anything to anybody.
I grew up in a world where I could do anything I wanted to do, so it didn't seem unusual for me to want to be an aerospace engineer.
And then that first flight, the one that almost didn't happen as scheduled.
I can remember vividly their departure from the crew quarters that night to go to the pad. We were in the middle of a thunderstorm. We had just seen this big bolt of lightning strike the tower. Guy and Dick Truly, their commander, just kind of casually strolled out of the van through the rain, got aboard.
Not only am I the first African American to fly in space, but I'm the first African American to have flown a second time, and a third time, and a fourth time.
Bluford flew 4 missions, logging more than 688 hours in space before retiring from NASA in 1993.
I was impressed with the machine. You know, I'm on orbit in this machine going at 18,000 miles an hour, and I'm in awe of it.
I think Guy not only was a mentor and a role model to me as an African-American male, but I think over time Guy became a role model to everyone who saw him.
I'm a firm believer in encouraging people to chase their dream, feel confident that you can get there, plan to succeed.
What do you want your legacy to be?
That I left behind a world that's enriched by what I've done.
An inspirational man for sure. Join us all month here on the Weather Channel as we highlight more contributions made by African Americans in the world of science and technology. Again, right here on the Weather Channel all month long. It's time now, though, for the 7-day forecast as we check out big changes, because unfortunately the change won't be what we need, and that's for an end to the snow. But it's back in the picture. As you can see, tomorrow, here comes another system coming over the northern Great Lakes. It will eventually push into the northeast with additional widespread snow expected anywhere from Maine back into the eastern Great Lakes area. And this includes the Boston area. We are talking about maybe an additional foot to a foot and a half of snow for Boston going through this weekend. You know, we are here all hands on deck throughout the weekend, keeping you updated on this system. Now, once it moves away, we will focus our attention on another that will come down the spine of the Rockies on Monday with widespread snow here and even snow spreading across the southern parts of Missouri into northern Tennessee. And look at Tuesday. We'll be watching this system as it spreads all the way into parts of Pennsylvania. Pretty large area of precipitation. The blue indicating the snow, the pink, that's where we could be dealing with a mixture of rain and snow. And all rain to the south where you see the green, maybe even some thunderstorms that could turn severe on Tuesday over the lower Mississippi Valley. Wednesday, that's when we push the blue or the snow back into the northeast, including around the Boston area. More snow again going through the weekend, and then another dose of snow on Wednesday here for the northeast. We'll even be watching maybe this rain and snow line as far south as Atlanta by Wednesday.
I typed my name, and Ancestry opened the door to the world's largest online collection of family history records. Discover your story today at Ancestry.com.
I've never cooked Thai food in my life, and now I'm cooking it for 20 people. The Cooking Club was one of the first things we tried when we moved to Del Webb, and now it's our turn to have everyone over. I'm finding that a kitchen and a house like this encourage you to try new things. In fact, in my new home with my new friends, I'm becoming quite comfortable, stepping out of my comfort zone.
Find the community that's right for you at delweb.com. While you're at it, schedule a visit for a day or more and meet the people who live there.
Atlantic Beach Sports.
Oh, love it.
Houma, Louisiana.
Oh, fantastic food. Carefree, Arkansas.
Been there.
Louisville, Texas.
Done that. Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania.
Oh, Phil and I go way back. Love that little animal.
Weekday mornings, Jim Cantori, Sam Champion, and Jennifer Delgado on AMHQ, starting at 7.
So we've got like 60 years of experience here, and that's just Sam.
Weekday mornings at 7, only on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 73 degrees under fair skies. This afternoon, sunny, high 75. Winds west at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Tonight, mostly clear, low 52. Winds west-northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Friday, sunny skies. High 72. Winds northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Let's be frank. The weather's bad. Now let's eat Frank's. Little doggies.
Hey, Pete, check this out. Come here, little doggy. Sit.
Oh.
Sit.
You train your little doggy?
Yeah, but he's not doing any of his stuff. Shake.
Oh, maybe he's grumpy, you know? I mean, it is lunchtime, so.
Oh, right, it's lunchtime.
It's lunchtime, yeah.
Must be it. Little doggy.
It's okay. Does it taste good, though?
A little dog with a big bite. Little doggies, starting at $1.29. And save room for a molten cake sundae. This is how you Sonic.
Head to the Sonic nearest you.
Heartburn. Did someone say burn? Try Alka-Seltzer Relief Chews. They work just as fast and are proven to taste better than Tums Smoothies assorted fruit.
Amazing.
Yeah, I get that a lot.
Alka-Seltzer Heartburn Relief Chews. Enjoy the relief.
Have you ever thought about trying eHarmony? Then we've got something exciting just for you. Our free communication weekend, this Thursday through Monday only. We're giving away unprecedented access, including sending messages to matches who interest you. This Valentine's Day weekend, you can really experience eHarmony for free. It's the first step in finding that perfect person for you. Connect for free this Thursday through Monday only.
Sometimes the best used car on the road is the one you're still using. Right now, get a synthetic blend oil change, including a free battery check for only $21.99 at Firestone Complete Auto Care. Whatever you drive a Firestone.
What makes it an SUV is what you can get into it. What makes it an NX is what you can get out of it. Introducing the first ever Lexus NX Turbo and Hybrid. Once you go beyond utility, there's no going back.
My lenses have a sunset mode, and an early morning mode, and a partly sunny mode, and an outside to clear inside mode.
Transition's signature adaptive lenses are more responsive than ever. So why settle for a lens with just one mode? Experience life well lit. Upgrade your lenses to Transition's signature. Visit your local Walmart Vision.
When it comes to Medicare, everyone talks about what happens when you turn 65. But really, it's what you do before that counts. See, Medicare doesn't cover everything, only about 80% of Part B medical costs. The rest is on you.
Consider an AARP Medicare Supplement Insurance Plan insured by United Healthcare Insurance Company. Like all standardized Medicare Supplement insurance plans, it could really save you in out-of-pocket medical costs. So call now and request this free decision guide. Discover how an AARP Medicare Supplement plan could go long for you.
You want to choose your doctors. Avoid networks. What about referrals?
All plans like these let you visit any doctor or hospital that accepts Medicare patients, with no networks and virtually no referrals needed. So call now, request your free guide, and explore the range of AARP Medicare supplement plans.
65 may get all the attention, but now is a good time to start thinking about how you want things to be.
Go long.
See car insurance in a whole new light. Liberty Mutual Insurance.
So we've got like 60 years of experience here. And that's just Sam.
Jim Cantori, now on AMHQ. Weekday mornings at 7.
Tired, weary, not knowing what to do as people try to dig out from what's already on the ground. They're not thinking about what might be coming their way, or are they? Well, the truth is this, another winter storm is ahead this weekend. We want to break it down for you here. Nick Walker in the lab here with Dr. Greg Postel, and we really do need to think about this. Alternate plans into the weekend for sure.
Yeah, it's going to snow. It's going to snow a lot, be very windy, and exceptionally cold over the Northeast in the same places that have had it over and over again this year, largely, I would say, north of New York City. What we're going to see on Saturday is a Clipper system move in on the northwest flow, which is going to bring some snow to the area, but that's not the real big stuff. I think we're going to have to wait till Saturday night to see that as this monster of a storm develops close to the coast, Nick.
A lot different from what we have seen from the one that we're expecting as we head into tomorrow and for yesterday.
Right, exactly right. So the fact that this is so close to the coast is one of the reasons why we're going to get so much snow. And of course, it's got a lot of Atlantic moisture to work with, and it's going to keep going on through Sunday as well. So let's look at where this system is now, where the trigger really for it all is now, Nick. And you know what? It's all the way up here. No wonder why it's so cold, right?
And we're going to get a big taste of that here as we head into the weekend. So some of the coldest air in the season. As a matter of fact, I saw one thing. New York City may get the coldest they've seen in 20 years. I mean, really?
Yeah, that's right. This is going to be a super cold air mass. It's an Arctic air mass with legitimate Arctic ties, and it's going to come all the way down and really impact in earnest, I would say, the Northeast. Southeast escapes the worst of it, but you still get cold down pretty far south. But let me go back to that point that Nick raised a really good point here. The fact that we're going to get this storm over the weekend is going to be very close to the coast, unlike in the last couple days what we've seen happen offshore. We've had some monster blizzards, no doubt about that. You know, say yesterday we had a system here maybe 500 plus miles off the coast, which only brought some light coastal snow. I wouldn't call it quite a near miss. Maybe it was a far miss, but it was a miss.
Right.
And then here's another one. Tomorrow we're going to get mist again, right, across parts of the Northeast. Too far offshore, but still a very strong storm, bringing only very little amounts to New England. But third time, as our producer Sarah Dillingham said, is not the charm, because this one on the weekend is going to be in tight and bringing a lot of wind, a lot of snow, and a lot of cold.
Yeah, and if you've got travels for this weekend, and a lot of people do have, you know, Valentine's Day plans, whatnot, you really need to be aware that the visibility could be terrible.
Yeah, so stay home and hug your Valentine tightly.
There you go.
How about that? So how much snow are we going to get? Well, if you look at through Sunday PM, we've got some of the models spitting out maybe over a foot in this part of the country again. Of course, Maine, maybe get even way more than that, because right now it does seem like the models are kind of targeting that area from about Boston on northeast from there. New York, much lesser amounts, and Philly, even less than that. And you and I were just talking about this. So far, imagine this, right? This season so far, Boston has had, say, close to 80, right? But Nick, New York, what did we come up with?
20 inches. So what a difference in that short amount of distance.
We go from 80 inches this season down to 20, and then Philly, 5. What kind of a gradient is that?
Yeah.
That's weird. That's weird that we've seen that kind of repeated effect over and over again, bringing so much snow to the Northeast. And again, it's not just the snow, it's the cold. Look at some of these Saturday night lows. And if you think they're going to go up on Sunday, think again, because that storm that's really winding up out here like that is going to bring a lot of cold air southward. And look at these highs. These aren't lows, these are highs on your Sunday.
Let's hope we can keep the power on, get the generators ready here.
Right. And again, on Sunday, it's not just the Northeast. We were talking about it getting into the South, Nick. And this is a part of that jet stream pattern that is continuing to filter in cold air. This time, going to get into the Southeast. We've been lucky in the Southeast. February has been above average for many of us, but not so this weekend. It is going to get into the below average category by quite a bit. Look at that, 39.
39 degrees. And, you know, and this is really not the end of this progression of systems either.
No, we're going to have to watch the pattern. There are signs that it's going to stick around for probably the next week to 10 days with a lot more winter weather to come. Stay tuned for all the latest.
All right. Thanks so much.
Currently in our area, 74 degrees under fair skies. This afternoon, sunny, high 75. Winds west at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Tonight, mostly clear, low 52. Winds west-northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Friday, sunny skies, high 72. Winds northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Today, New
Englanders are in a race against time. There is a weekend blizzard on the way, so dig out and clear out before you have to deal with this. It is the 5th winter storm in a row for the Northeast. It looks to be just as big, just as bad as the others. Welcome into Weather Center Live on this Thursday. I'm Alex Wilson.
And I'm Dave Schwartz. Blowing snow, bitter cold, that's the weather story everyone is talking about. Take a look at the front page of today's Portland Press Herald. This is Portland, Maine. Time to hit the roof is the headline. Millions are dealing with ice and snow from the last storms, and there's more on the way. In fact, there's a clipper moving through the east right now. Alex has the latest on that.
That is right. We've got snow falling through parts of West Virginia, Southwest Virginia, around, say, Bland and Giles, Tazewell counties, eastern Kentucky, parts of Tennessee and North Carolina. You're seeing the snow, and even over into parts of eastern Virginia, snow coming down. Let's take a closer look around the Richmond area. Richmond, you've been reporting snow, 34 degrees, so on the road it is just wet. There are some rain showers further off toward the south, working towards the Norfolk area, but up into parts of Maryland and southern Maryland especially, that's where we've got some flakes perhaps falling. Some of this may not be reaching the ground, as you saw Ocean City reporting cloud cover. So light snow showers, flurries, more the gist of what we'll be seeing. All right, here's what we've got up into the Northeast. You can see some snow showers working through parts of Connecticut and Massachusetts, also New York State. And we're going to keep that going through the remainder of today. Notice those snow bands working through central New York, New Hampshire, parts of Vermont as well. We've got some snow getting down close to Norfolk. I think around the Norfolk area, you'll see that rain transition to a few snowflakes. Generally, things move offshore later this evening and into the overnight, but we'll still be watching for some snow showers into parts of the Finger Lakes region and central New York. So watch for that into the start, very early start, though, of your Friday. Dave.
Well, neighborhood streets in Quincy, Mass., which is a southern suburb of Boston, just curl through snow canyons. Not surprising. The city's been slammed with snow from all these winter storms, and those snow canyons stand to grow larger after this weekend. We've got another snow blast on the way that'll make the situation even worse. So we've got light snow around Boston. It's not amounting to anything, but on Saturday night and Sunday, it will amount to something. Here in Portland, we're expecting a high temperature of 19 on Saturday, and the snow to begin sometime in the afternoon. I'd say mid to late afternoon. Then it intensifies Saturday night, and Sunday is just going to be a whiteout. You talk about blizzard conditions. Portland, Bangor, Freeport, be careful. Now, the storm that's blowing through right now is this dip in the jet stream. The one we're forecasting to be a blizzard is still north of the Arctic Circle. Now, there aren't a lot of data points for the forecast models to use, so, you know, it could be off just a little bit, and of course the track means everything in terms of how much snow we're going to get. So let's watch it. This is one of our computer models. Takes it down by James Bay, across the Great Lakes, and then right into that spot, right off of New England. Low pressure there will strengthen beginning Saturday night. Arctic air will blow in the wake of it. Once the low pressure hits the ocean, kaboom, it's going to explode, it's going to bomb out, and that's when the snowfall is going to be the heaviest. So Saturday, Albany, New York City, all right? Saturday morning, Pittsburgh and Buffalo. Then towards Saturday evening, Boston gets in on it. Saturday night, the weather goes from bad to worse. So here's our accumulating snow. Pittsburgh, Bradford, Buffalo, Syracuse, and Rochester. Saturday night and Sunday, it'll be piling up and blowing around in the areas that have been basically crippled by snow so far this month. That's the latest on this upcoming blizzard. The exact track determines the exact amount of snow. We'll monitor it as it comes from the Arctic Circle all the way here. Alex, back to you.
And with snow coating the ground, more on the way. Cabin fever is definitely settling in. New Englanders are stuck, snowed inside their homes for days. Our Dave Malkoff checked in with a family you'd think would know a lot about winter weather as they brave the roads and head back to work and school in the middle of the week.
Honey, are you gonna go shovel?
No, Daddy shoveled.
The piles aren't getting any smaller.
You getting pancakes?
Outside this house in Worcester County, Mass.
Do you have gym today or band?
Normally, the middle of the week.
All right. I love
yeah.
should not be the first full school day.
Nicholas, we're gonna head out, okay?
But that's been the pattern these last few weeks. For this family, what's their names?
I'm Krishna. I'm Andrew Snow.
For real.
That's real.
In the Snow House, memories of summer barbecues are long frozen over.
There's no reason to be crabby. Let's get going.
Around here, even fleets of plows can't keep the school snow days from piling up. So Mama Snow has had to haul her 3 little snowmen to the job.
I'm lucky enough where I can take, the kids to work with me if I need to.
Just getting to the family business is tricky. She owns that burger place at the end of this network of snowmobile tracks.
And it's the easiest method to get around rather than driving your car and getting into accidents,
Even hardcore New Englanders are hungry for a change. Something.
I think it stinks.
Anything but more snow.
I mean, it's pretty and all, but if you have to drive in it or go to work and shovel it, it's a little much.
These black and white photos tell the black and white grill's tale from the 50s into the 60s into today. And with nearly 100 inches falling so far this season in this county, they may want to think about taking one more historic photo. In Spencer, Massachusetts, I'm Dave Malkoff, the Weather Channel.
How about that? Can't imagine they're selling much ice cream right now at that location. We'll start digging in that closet now for some of those warmest clothes because temperatures are tumbling deep into the south. We'll tell you where you could free fall from cool to downright cold by tomorrow morning.
I'm recycling my clothes. They're tumble drying right now, my warmest clothes. Then bracing for snow, ice, and wind all over again. The reason why blizzard conditions are possible in New England again this weekend.
And we'll be hearing from the Boston mayor. He's going to be giving a press conference. We'll hear about their recovery and also what they're preparing for. I can imagine that might be a subject of today's press conference.
Oh, I tell you, we're weary here in New England. So just hang in there. Today's snow, no big deal. Tomorrow we're doing okay. Saturday night, things get worse.
With Crizal No Glare lenses, neither scratch, nor smudge, nor glare of night can keep you from the clearest vision possible. Plus, Crizal gives you the most comprehensive UV protection. Crizal No Glare lenses. Live life in the clear.
Please?
No.
Please?
No.
For those headaches that just aren't bad enough for a lot of medicine, there's new Excedrin Mild Headache. 35% less medicine, plus a booster to end everyday headaches fast.
Wow, my headache's gone.
Excedrin Mild Headache.
Dave, I'm sorry to interrupt. I gotta take a sick day tomorrow.
Dads don't take sick days. Dads take NyQuil. The nighttime sniffling, sneezing, coughing, aching, fever, best sleep with a cold medicine.
Heartburn.
Did someone say burn? Try Alka-Seltzer Relief Chews. They work just as fast and are proven to taste better than Tums Smoothies assorted fruit.
Amazing.
Yeah, I get that a lot.
Alka-Seltzer Heartburn Relief Chews. Enjoy the relief.
Once upon a time, there was a nice house that lived with a family. One day, it started to rain. The house tried to keep out all the water, but water got inside and ruined everybody's everythings. The house thought she let the family down. They just didn't think it could happen. They told the house they would take better care of her. Always.
Protect what matters. Get flood insurance.
The Weather Channel celebrates Black History Month as only we can, telling the stories of African Americans who saw their world through weather, then changed the world for the better. This week, we sit down with Guyan Bluford, the first African American to travel into space. Black History Month on the Weather Channel. It's amazing out there.
Currently in our area, 74 degrees under fair skies. Tonight, generally clear. Low 52. Winds west-northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Friday, sunny skies. High 73. Winds northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Friday night, clear skies. Low 48. Winds northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. here's our 7-day outlook.
So we've got like 60 years of experience here. And that's just Sam.
Jim Cantori, now on AMHQ. Weekday mornings at 7.
So you think all auto glass companies are the same? Well, they're not. When your windshield needs to be replaced, nobody makes it as worry-free as Safelite. First, Safelite emails a photo of the technician, so you know who to expect and how soon.
Right on time.
Safelite's one-of-a-kind True Seal technology places a new glass in perfect position for a strong, reliable bond you can trust.
Oh, that looks great.
You're all set.
Thank you so much.
Schedule now to get the Safelite Advantage.
Safelite Repair, Safelite Replace.
Boston Market introduces our 2 for $20 complete meal deal. For just $20, get 2 individual meals, like our all-natural rotisserie chicken, 2 classic sides, 2 drinks, and 2 desserts. All for a limited time, only at Boston Market.
The way we see it, after a heavy snowfall, you have 2 options. You can stay inside, or get behind the wheel of the Jeep Grand Cherokee with an available best-in-class 4x4 traction management system to maximize control, giving you confidence in all weather conditions. This is the Jeep Grand Cherokee, the most awarded SUV ever. Well-qualified lessees can lease the 2015 Grand Cherokee Laredo for $349 a month.
Boston Mayor Martin Walsh is giving an update on snow removal operations. Let's listen in.
Make sure that you cover up all of your body because of the cold temperature. If anyone sees a homeless person or anyone in need of help, I encourage you all to call 911. Our homeless shelters are open, and we're making sure that we're keeping the folks, the guests, in the shelters as long as possible, particularly over the course of the next 3 to 4 nights. Even without the snow, the cold temperature is very damaging to people, and we want to make sure if you see somebody, please call 911. Over the next 2 days, we're asking people to take some safety precautions. Check your vents. Make sure your vents are clear. If they're not clear, you need to get them clear. And you got to do everything you can to clear those vents today. Also, there's many cars that haven't been dug out yet. Notice I drive around the city of Boston. At some point, people are going to go to their car and try and start their car and maybe take some shelter in there while they're shoveling. Clear the tailpipes out before you do that because of carbon monoxide poisoning, and make sure that the tailpipes are clear. You don't want, because the amount of snow is melted, it gets packed in. I want to thank residents of Boston and the Boston Fire Department and everyone who's helped in digging out hydrants around the city of Boston. Certainly, I've seen more hydrants dug out over the course of the last couple of days than I did in the previous 2 storms, but I ask you to continue to dig out hydrants and make a clear pathway to a hydrant in the case of emergency. And we're asking people to have contractors look at your roof and look at your storm drains to make sure that you're able to get the snow off there, and also be careful on icicles. We've had some situations where we had some contractors looking at our icicles around our school buildings and our property here in the city of Boston. In the best case, we've got a lot of it out, but it's still there, and we're working to remove it. So I ask people to be very, very careful when it comes to that. So reach out to a contractor. As you know, Valentine's Day is here. It's going to be Saturday. So I want to just ask all of you residents of Boston, if you go out to dinner, please try and use your local businesses, buying candy and buying flowers and buying gifts. This has been extremely difficult this weather's been extremely difficult on our business community in the city of Boston. So I ask you, if you're going out there and you go out to dinner early Saturday night, don't forget our local businesses here in the city, because they've taken a big hit here in the last 3 weeks. The snow just doesn't affect all of us. It affects their businesses, which affects people, their employees that work in there. And I want to ask people to check out our hashtag from our Department of Neighborhood Development, Love on Main, on Twitter, so you can learn about more how you can help local businesses. And that's Love on Main on our Twitter account to help our local businesses. As always, the mayor's hotline is 617-635-4500 with any concerns that people might have. Also, you can tweet us at Notify Boston, or use the Citizens Connect app. to get more information on as the storm approaches us and what we're doing here in the city of Boston. And I just want to, before I take questions, I want to thank everyone again for your patience and for helping us here. It's been a very difficult situation. I've spent a lot of time over the course of the last 48 hours talking to mayors from around the Commonwealth. Boston certainly is in a lot better shape than some cities and towns in the Commonwealth, but still we're a city that has been buried with over 6 feet of snow in about 17 days, and unfortunately it looks like another foot to foot and a half is coming on Saturdays into Sundays. So we're going to get through this. I just ask for your help and patience. Questions?
All right, that was Boston Mayor Martin Walsh talking about the city's recovery, also highlighting the fact that a lot of businesses have lost out on money from people just not being able to get outside, and expecting a big hit into this Valentine's Day weekend because a blizzard, once again, heading to the northeast. We've got wind, we've got snow, and we've got some serious cold headed that way as well. Boston Saturday into Sunday. Saturday afternoon, early in the afternoon, cloudy with temps around 19. That snow moves in through the later part of Valentine's Day. It continues overnight with those winds especially strong into early Sunday. Here's Sunday, 5 o'clock in the morning. We've got winds around 15 to 20 miles per hour. But look, as we get into late morning, those winds sustained 30 to 35 miles an hour for Portland, for Boston, 35 to 40 miles an hour in Montauk, Nantucket. You're dealing with 40 to 50 mile per hour winds with this one. So stronger gusts, that's going to be an issue. That's going to blow around the snow, really reduce visibilities. Even by 7 o'clock, we still have 20 to 25 mile per hour winds for Portland and Boston. Montauk, New York, over 20 mile per hour winds for those spots as well. To get a blizzard, the definition of a blizzard, it doesn't require certain places or times. Instead, it just requires a low visibility and a certain wind speed. You need winds at 35 miles per hour or greater. You also need visibilities to drop down to a quarter mile or less. So you need those two things, and you need it for 3 hours or more. And once you get that, you've got yourself a blizzard. Again, snowfall amount, not a factor. Geographical location, not a factor. Temperature, also not a factor. In fact, you can have blizzard conditions with snow not even falling when you've got the snow on the ground and those winds blowing it around. But it is going to be really tough out there on the roads once again as we get into late Saturday and into your Sunday. Dave.
Thanks a lot, Alex. Well, it is cold out there. Here's where some of that super cold air is right now. Minneapolis, upper left-hand part of the screen. It's sunny, but it's 8 degrees above zero after a low this morning of 3 below. Cleveland with snow showers around. We are 12 at last check. New York City, 38 degrees. And Atlanta is 45 with sunshine. But what you don't see in Atlanta in the lower right, blizzard strength winds. That's right, the Arctic boundary has just blew through Atlanta. Columbia, South Carolina, gusting to 44 miles per hour right now. That's the Arctic boundary. So while it's 63 in Columbia, the Arctic boundary just blew through. Wind chills are going to be dangerous tomorrow morning. But here's the core of it right now. Chicago 16, Columbus 19, 29 in Boston. Arctic front just west of Philadelphia. You'll be taking a dive tonight here too. And more than the snow, with this brief clipper that we have now, it's the wind that's really making the news. The National Weather Service offices have issued wind chill warnings all the way down into North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, eastern half of the country getting in on it. There are your wind chills right now. Still kind of civilized there along the East Coast, but that cold air has crossed the Appalachians. It is headed for I-95. There are your wind chill alerts, my friend. That means cover up. Even your pupik, cover that up, the belly button. Buffalo, Syracuse, Burlington, Binghamton, down to New York City, wind chill advisories for tonight. And then, of course, the potential for frostbite if you don't cover up that pupik. It could freeze. Our wind chills could be this low tomorrow morning, and it doesn't take that long to get frostbite at that point, especially out on the extremities, the fingertips, the earlobes. Make sure you have those covered, okay? So there's the blast. That's one of 2 blasts. There's one. Here's another dip in the jet stream. That comes southward, and that will keep us in the deep freeze. This one even moves into Denver. You know, it's been further east, but now Denver's going to get in on some colder air, especially early next week. Bitter is the word. As long as you have the gear to protect yourself, you're okay. But you have to have the gear before you go out in this kind of severe weather. So lows tomorrow, 9 in New York City and Boston, 4 in Pittsburgh, 4 below in Binghamton and Burlington. So Mother Nature's playing hardball. We've seen a lot of cold air here lately. This is just a little colder than it has been, and certainly windier. When that storm that's in upstate New York now, fairly weak, as that hits the Atlantic Ocean, it's going to explode. That would tighten up the pressure gradient. That's what gets the air moving. So here we go, my friends. Sunday morning, you'll wake up. It's 14 in D.C. and 4 below in Buffalo. Boston will be below average for high temperatures as far as the eye can see, at least for the next 7 days. Alex, back to you.
All right, Dave, take a look at the current U.S. snow cover map. You can see the central part of the country, the southern plains. They've kind of been left out of winter, but you know what? Even you guys are about to get your share of cold snow, and those folks who have enough of it up into parts of the Northeast and New England, guess what? You've got more headed your way. Long track winter storm next week that will affect parts of the central, the southern plains, all the way up into the Northeast. So let's track this thing out and see where exactly it's going and what exactly it'll bring. To Little Rock, Arkansas, we've got to watch for rain and freezing rain. So where we've got the ice changing to rain on Monday night, expecting freezing rain as that temperature drops to 31 degrees. By Tuesday, a wintry mix. So it looks like a mixed bag around the Little Rock area. There is this system. It's got a long way to go, going to ride up over that ridge and then dip off towards the south and then ride right up along the coast. So getting into some of those southern spots that haven't seen the wintry weather just yet. And we've got that cold air to the north, moisture to the south, but this system will help to bring those two together. So we'll get that moisture in play, see that wintry mix, some of that freezing rain, and of course some of that snow as well as we go towards the middle part of the week. Monday, this is what we've got. Iciness down into parts of southeastern Oklahoma, southern half of Arkansas, northern sections of Mississippi and Alabama. A little area of wintry mix north of that, snow in places like Nashville. By Tuesday, notice the snow all the way into the mid-Atlantic, back down into parts of the Plains states, even Oklahoma City seeing the snow. Now looking towards Dallas, that's where we've got the wintry mix, and that'll work through parts of northern Mississippi, eastern Tennessee, much of the state of North Carolina, possibly some ice for places like Asheville, Greenville, and northeastern parts of the state of Georgia. So around Toccoa, we could see some issues there with some of that freezing rain further off towards the south. On Wednesday, coastal sections of the Carolinas, you have the rain, wintry mix for Raleigh. North of that, we have snow, more snow for parts of the New England states, including Vermont, New Hampshire, Connecticut, Massachusetts, and Maine, all who are saying we're good with snow. New York State getting in on the snow again with this next system. So this is what we're watching for as we get into the middle part of the week. You can see a lot of states affected, and Dave, a lot of types of weather.
And we're getting these storms from all directions. Thank you, Alex. Well, houses already look like they have ice fangs here in Boston. So that even more snow and cold and maybe even ice is the last thing you want to hear. Not when you're trying to clear unprecedented snow and big icicles off the roofs and around the sides of homes. Now this sets up a bad situation. The last step is crucial because ice dams can form. You heard me right. An ice dam can form on your roof when there's this much snow and cold. Let's open up the floor. Guys, there you go. Nice. And then let's bring the house up here. I like the icing on the top of that house, Sean, huh? Now this is what happens. This is how an ice dam forms. We've got snow on the roof. Heat seeps out from your house. So some of that snow begins to melt. Then icicles form over the eaves and in the gutters. That freezes up at night and becomes a dam. So everything above it is kept from falling off your house. What happens? There are little seeping areas where some of this water and slush can seep through tiles and your roofing into the attic, which of course can drip onto the ceiling. Then we've got a plaster problem. Ice dams, another reason why you want to clear the snow off your roof as soon as you can, because you don't want any moisture coming inside the house. Alex, that's the latest from the lab. Back to you.
And you know, it's not just the amount of snow we're concerned about heading into the weekend. The blizzard conditions that are in the forecast could cause you big issues as well. When and where to expect the worst of it. And stuck in a snowy pattern, we've got expert analysis on why these winter storms keep following the same path.
All cars are racing against time. Some are just doing better than others. Save 25% on durable Firestone Destination LE2 tires for your SUV at Firestone Complete Auto Care. Whatever you drive, drive a Firestone.
Heartburn.
Did someone say burn? Try Alka-Seltzer Relief Chews. They work just as fast and are proven to taste better than Tums Smoothies assorted fruit.
Amazing.
Yeah, I get that a lot. Alka-Seltzer Heartburn Relief Chews. Enjoy the relief.
Welcome back. Big news from Beverly Hills. Celebrity plastic surgeon Dr. Andrew Orden has discovered an anti-aging breakthrough called Fill and Freeze. And he's giving away 1 million bottles free.
I've spent nearly 30 years looking for an effective, instant breakthrough to reduce the appearance of wrinkles that can be applied topically instead of with surgery or invasive medical techniques. And I finally found it with Derm Exclusives Fill and Freeze.
Wow, I'm young again. I don't feel like an old lady. The lines are gone.
Oh my God. Wow. I can't believe it. It looks really good. It gives you a whole new confidence.
It definitely took 10 years off. If I went to a dermatologist here in the city, I would pay $300-400 for this.
I know you're wondering what Derm Exclusive can do for you. Well, you don't have to wonder. You can order it right now and try it for yourself absolutely risk-free. And here's how.
Call now during this special direct-to-consumer offer and you won't pay $120. Today, you can get your own instant results with Fill and Freeze for only $59. But that's not all. Today, we're taking another $20 off, so now you can get this instant wrinkle-removing miracle for the low price of only $39.95. And as part of our 1 million bottle giveaway, Dr. Orden is including a second $60 bottle of Fill and Freeze free. That's nearly $120 of Fill and Freeze for only $39.95. Dr. Orden will even include his MicroPure resurfacing pads, intensive repair serum, and Collagen Lift moisturizer, a $200 value, free. Order now and we'll even upgrade your order to express delivery. That's a $15 value, free. Plus, you even get to try it risk-free for 30 days with our money-back guarantee. But you must call to order. Call 1-800-730-7432. That's 1-800-730-7432. Order now.
Smile.
No matter how well you provide for your family today, if you don't have life insurance, their future may be at risk. Think about what would happen if you were gone. Would they struggle to pay the bills and face an uncertain future? They don't have to. You can help guarantee those you love $200,000, $500,000, $750,000 or more with life insurance through AIG Direct. We'll help you get more for your money, up to 70% more. Just look, less than $14 a month buys a 40-year-old man a $250,000 term life policy. That's up to 3 times what you can get from other companies for the same price. No wonder millions of people rely on AIG companies. The call is free, the quote is free, and there's no obligation. Make the future more secure for those you love. Call now so you can sleep better at night.
For a free quote, call 1-800-521-0331 or visit AIGDirect.com.
The Weather Channel celebrates Black History Month as only we can, telling the stories of African Americans who saw their world through weather, then changed the world for the better. This week, we sit down with Guyan Bluford, the first African American to travel into space. Black History Month on the Weather Channel. It's amazing out there.
Currently in our area, 73 degrees under fair skies. Tonight, generally clear. Low 52. Winds west-northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Friday. Friday night, clear skies. Low 48. Winds northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
So we've got like 60 years of experience here. And that's just Sam.
Jim Cantori, now on AMHQ. Weekday mornings at 7.
Everywhere you look in New England, you see plows, shovels, snow blowers, but you need to make room for more snow because it is coming. Another winter storm is happening this weekend, and it could be one of the worst in weeks. A weekend blizzard adding misery to an already dangerous situation. You are watching Weather Center Live on this Thursday. I'm Alex Wilson.
And I'm Dave Schwartz. Enough already, people are saying. 4 winter storms in the Northeast, a 5th one on the way, and everyone is dealing with it in their own way. Take a look at this picture. You know, the call went out today. The Massachusetts National Guard answered. They're among those helping to clear snow away from fire hydrants. This one in Douglas, Massachusetts. Boston's mayor asked citizens to dig out fire hydrants surrounded by snow before the weekend storm. Before we talk about that one, Alex is tracking a round of snow in the east right now. And here she is.
Absolutely. We've got a clipper system working through. We've got snow into parts of New York, Connecticut, into Massachusetts as well, approaching the Boston area, and then up north into parts of Maine and New Hampshire and even Vermont. We've seen some issues around I-81 north of Syracuse, where the road has again been shut down due to snow. Snow even falling down into parts of Maryland and Virginia. Richmond, at last check, reporting snow with a temperature of 34 degrees. And we've got snow back into wild and wonderful West Virginia, eastern Kentucky, southwest Virginia, even along the North Carolina-Tennessee border, up into some of those higher elevation spots into, say, Mitchell and Yancey counties, also down into Swain County and Madison County. Late week flakes, this is what it looks like on the radar as you go through the remainder of your Thursday. We're going to keep the snow through parts of New York, even West Virginia through your late day commute. Vermont and New Hampshire, you'll keep seeing the snow. It's down on the Cape by 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, eventually clearing off the coast, but we'll still keep into interior sections of the Northeast some of those snow showers into the overnight hours. Now, the weekend storm with Dave.
Wow, I mean, it just doesn't stop here, does it? This is the forecast for Portland, for Nashua, New Hampshire, for Boston, for the entire eastern half of New England. Snow. Saturday, it starts out in the afternoon in Portland. Then the storm intensifies Saturday night. That's why the snowflakes are going from a vertical drop to just blowing around in the wind. And that wind will be very strong, storm-forced winds. There's the disturbance we're watching, and that's head straight south as everything else has. All these clippers, that's where they come from, Western Canada. Then they make the left turn across the Great Lakes, out over the open waters of the Atlantic, and then it's bomb time. We call it bombogenesis here at the Weather Channel because these storms intensify so quickly. And that's what gets the wind going, that intensifies the snow. And of course, you live in southern New England or Maine, these places stick out into the ocean. You know what I'm saying? Nova Scotia sticks out into the ocean. We get hit by hurricanes for the very same reason. North Carolina sticks out into the ocean. You're not going to see any snow with this one. Too far south, but still very cold in North Carolina tonight. Here comes the next storm. There's low pressure near the coast. Boom, it explodes. Strong coastal storm develops. And there will be blizzard warnings in effect for parts of New England. Now, all of Pennsylvania, New York, and New Jersey are going to get some snow from this. But it's not until the storm is over the water that everything intensifies. That's why New England, especially the eastern half of New England, that's going to be the big deal. Buffalo's got 21 inches of snow on the ground right now. You're going to get some more from this one on Saturday. Pittsburgh, same story. Penn State University gets some, as does RPI, just outside of Albany, Rensselaer Polytechnic. And then Saturday night and Sunday, look for it at the University of Maine in Orono and all spots in eastern New England. More snow in New Hampshire than there will be in Vermont. Snowfall totals will exceed a foot. and could get close to 2 feet, especially Maine. Otherwise, we're 3 to 5 out here. And by the way, watch it on I-81 north of Syracuse right now. There have been numerous accidents, heavy lake effect snow, and closures near the city of Pulaski. Be careful, will you? Alex, back to you.
Well, with unprecedented snow piled taller than many can remember, help has arrived for those trying to clear away snow in Boston. Jackie Bruno from New England Cable News found out-of-state crews are arriving to give Massachusetts a fighting chance ahead of this weekend's storm.
A parade of crews from New Jersey rolled into Bedford, Massachusetts Wednesday evening. Welcome to Massachusetts.
Thank you.
See all the snow?
Yeah, it's a lot.
Once they check in, they're headed back out, prepared to work around the clock to clear snow, widen streets, and take down snowbanks. Crews from New York arrived earlier. They were greeted by Governor Charlie Baker.
The New Yorkers helping out the Boston.
Tomorrow, more equipment and help will be coming from Maine, Vermont, and Pennsylvania.
I'm very grateful for all of these states and the folks that represent those states for coming in and stepping up to help us out.
Overall, 200 to 300 pieces of heavy machinery will be hitting the streets of Massachusetts. A big relief for congested cities like Boston, and the snowiest city in America right now, Worcester.
It is the snowiest city in America, and it feels that way. This is the manpower that we need because the DPW crews in the city of Worcester and in other places around the Commonwealth are tired. You know, they've been working 24/7.
And the Massachusetts National Guard will be out in force as well, adding 100 more soldiers to the 500 already deployed.
This is the most probably since our storm in '78 when we were overwhelmed with feet of snow on that level. In this case, we had a storm with 2-3 feet of snow in some places, almost 4, and then on top of that 2 more storms. And that's really what makes this storm significant. When you get to the level of 5-6 feet over a 2-3 week period, that is devastating.
Now, if you think we're in a snow rut now, you are right. And storm specialist Dr. Greg Postel shows us it all has to do with the weather pattern we're in, the upper level winds. Greg?
Well, at least for the next week to 10 days, guys, cold air is going to be filtering into the United States. Let's have a look at our forecast highs for Sunday. My goodness, look at some of these numbers. 21 in D.C., this cold air. Unlike recent cold air events we've had, this is going to get all the way into the south, including Atlanta, Oklahoma City, Birmingham, and even in Florida, guys. Highs on Sunday in Jacksonville, 50 degrees. So what is going on? When is it going to end? Well, I'll tell you what's going on. We have a jet stream that's basically stopped its westward progress into the United States. Right here, look at the jet stream for Sunday when we expect that really cold air in place. It's going to be flying in from the west, right, across the Pacific Ocean. But it like stops. The traffic stops. It's hit a roadblock. And it begins to sort of move north and start a little curlicue action over the Gulf of Alaska and send a little piece of Arctic air our way into the United States. That kind of pattern is not allowing a west wind to get into the United States to warm us up. And it's not going to happen, I don't think, at least in the next week to 10 days. And if you think about how long we've had essentially in one flavor or another, this pattern where the traffic stops here, we get this graveyard of oceanic storms that really, in tandem, what they do is they inflate the ridge over western North America. This has happened all fall and all winter long. We have not had that westerly progression of storms into the U.S. very often, and instead we've had this repeated pattern like that where we get cold shots coming in to the United States, guys. And going from Sunday forward, do we see any change? Well, not really, not a whole lot of it. We're going to have more often than not kind of this northwesterly flow in place, bringing in very cold air through much of next week into the Great Lakes again, and probably even the south and the northeast. There are some signs that things are going to be wiggling around a little bit thereafter, so stay tuned because just a little bit of change could really relieve a lot of us from some of this winter mess. Guys, back to you.
Absolutely, and wouldn't we love to see just a little change?
Just a little change.
Yeah, but in the meantime, we don't have it, so we're going to be talking about the next chance of snow coming up after your local on the 8s.
Bundle up.
Currently in our area, 73 degrees under fair skies. Tonight, generally clear. Low 52. Winds west-northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Friday, sunny skies. High 73. Winds northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Friday night, clear skies. Low 48. Winds northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
At Ancestry, we call it a hint. Simply type in a name and follow the Ancestry leaf far into your family's past. A past filled with stories that intrigue and inspire. And in doing so, reveal the one unique, improbable, and completely remarkable path that led to you. Discover your story. Start searching for free now at Ancestry.com.
Think of the long history the hot dog has had with the presidency. George Washington, I cannot eat a fry because I like hot dogs so much.
He said I cannot tell a lie.
Well, it's hard to understand him. He had wooden teeth.
Celebrate President's Day with Dollar Hot Dogs Monday, February 16th. This is how you Sonic.
So you think all auto glass companies are the same? Well, they're not. Safelite emails a photo of the technician, so you know who to expect and how soon.
Right on time.
Why wait? Schedule now to get the Safelite Advantage.
Safelite Repair, Safelite Replace.
Heartburn.
Did someone say burn? Try Alka-Seltzer Relief Chews. They work just as fast and are proven to taste better than Tums Smoothies assorted fruit.
Amazing.
Yeah, I get that a lot.
Alka-Seltzer Heartburn Relief Chews. Enjoy the relief.
If you've ever wondered how you're going to survive another harsh winter, or stay dry from torrential rain showers, or savor the last warm rays of sun, step inside the Jeep Grand Cherokee and wonder no more. This is the Jeep Grand Cherokee, the most awarded SUV ever. Well-qualified lessees can lease the 2015 Grand Cherokee Laredo for $349 a month.
Thank you for calling Colonial Penn Life Insurance Company. I'm glad I was able to help you today. Hi, my name is Diane Tull, and I'm a customer service representative for Colonial Penn Life Insurance Company. Insurance can sometimes be difficult to understand, but here at Colonial Penn, we make it simple. Alex Trebek has been representing Colonial Penn for over 10 years and is here to tell you how we do it.
Thanks, Diane. I'm happy to be here with these knowledgeable Colonial Penn representatives. I know that customer service is a priority for them. I've been representing Colonial Penn for over 10 years, talking about their guaranteed acceptance life insurance. If you're 50 to 85, write down the toll-free number on your screen and call for free information. With this insurance, there's no medical exam, no health questions either. Guaranteed. You cannot be turned down because of your health. And especially important in this economy, Colonial Penn guarantees that your rate will never go up and your benefit will never go down due to age. It costs just $9.95 a month per unit. That's less than 35 cents a day. Did you know that the average cost of a funeral is over $7,300 now? Don't leave the burden of medical bills or other final expenses for your loved ones. You know how difficult it can be to find good customer service these days. At Colonial Penn, it's their #1 priority. Call them now. You'll be glad you did.
At Colonial Penn, we've been serving our customers for over 50 years, and we have over 500,000 life insurance policies in force that help cover funeral costs, medical bills, credit card balances, or other final expenses. We're committed to our customers. We make insurance simple.
Call 1-800-356-1313 for your free information and free gift. There's no obligation. That's 1-800-356-1313. Or visit us online at colonialpenn.com. That number again is 1-800-356-1313. Call now.
Thanks for staying with us here on Weather Center Live. We've got breaking news. Now we have named Winter Storm Neptune. That is the weekend blizzard that we've been warning you about. Parts of the Northeast and New England again will be hit with another round of snow, and this could be adding up to a foot, even more, in spots that have already been blasted with snow week after week. Boston area included. Providence, Rhode Island, one of the spots that we've got to watch. This is your Saturday into Sunday timing. As we start the afternoon on Saturday, 1 o'clock, 25 degrees, mostly cloudy. cloudy. So if you want to do something with your Valentine, lunch might be the better bet because by dinner time hours into the late evening, snow will be developing, so it's going to be tough out there on the roads. Snow and wind continues into your Sunday morning and afternoon. In New York, one of the spots you'll see the snow a little earlier than places like Providence. By early afternoon, expect light snow, some of those snow showers even extending into early Sunday. Dave.
And we'll have more on Neptune coming up in our winter weather update. That's just 9 minutes from now, so thanks for staying tuned. Hey, look at the temperatures and the temperature gradient. Nashville had some snow this morning. It's 32 degrees. Atlanta, 45. Tallahassee, 69. Charleston, 69. These numbers are going to look more like these numbers over the next couple of days as that Arctic front settles southward. Here we go, 24-hour temperature change. We're 20 below where we were 24 hours ago in Nashville, 17 below in Jackson, Atlanta, but we're warmer than we were yesterday in Charleston. But with this dip in the jet stream, there's nowhere for this cold air to go but down across over the horizon. Winds gusting to 40 miles per hour. That'll keep the southeast cold right through the weekend. So here we go. Tomorrow morning, you wake up, 22 degrees in Charlotte. Saturday morning, you wake up, Charleston, 30. 31 in Jacksonville. So you can see Mother Nature not playing. And then on Sunday morning, this will be one of your coldest mornings in a while. Nashville, 14. Charlotte, 18. Atlanta, 23. Alex, back to you.
It has been 3 days since Boston saw measurable snow, but there is plenty on the ground, more than 70 inches. The Weather Channel's Ron Blom shows us what people are facing in the Dorchester neighborhood of Boston.
Across the neighborhoods of Boston, there is really only one job: move as much snow out of the way as possible to reclaim a city. Some of it is done on a big scale, but most of it is done one shovel load at a time.
I don't know where to put all of this.
Will Tran, who lives in this Boston neighborhood, approaches snow removal like a sport. His throws have plenty of gusto.
The biggest issue? More snow coming. It's not pleasant. It's like mandatory discipline.
This is the Dorchester neighborhood of Boston. Out on the main drag, there's a semblance of snow-clogged order. Although if you look around, it is evident that the big snow does not discriminate when it comes to automotive burials. But it is on the residential streets where the struggle against snow is more personal. The lanes are narrowed. The trash piles up. Some buried cars show scars of the snow removal effort, big blade-like cuts. Others looked buried for good. Every household faces the challenge to dig out.
The trick is to shovel in sections, you know, a little bit today, a little bit tonight, and it does a number on your back, but you could either have this or you could have this. Yeah.
The neighborhoods are quiet as most drivers move cautiously past the buried vehicles that show hints of paint from beneath the snow. When those cars are dug out, the spaces are claimed with all manner of items. No one who has done this much work is willing to let anyone else share in the spoils.
Because they dug out the parking spot, so they want to keep it.
So when you see this chair, don't you dare. You can't park here. Circling the neighborhoods of Boston and looking for a place to park, I'm Ron Blom for the Weather Channel.
Well, just minutes ago, we named Winter Storm Neptune. That is our weekend blizzard for the Northeast and New England.
Yeah, our weekend blizzard of the week.
Yeah.
The very latest track and timing are up next. And we look ahead to the even bigger storm after Neptune.
Attention accident victims.
If you or a loved one has been injured in any kind of accident, you may be eligible for substantial compensation. Don't wait to file your claim. Time is limited. Call now and let a local experienced attorney fight to get you money for your injuries.
If you have been injured in an accident, time is limited to file a claim, so act now. The call and consultation are free.
Call 1-800-307-9899.
Attention accident victims.
If you or a loved one has been injured in any kind of accident, you may be eligible for substantial compensation. Don't wait to file your claim. Time is limited. Call now and let a local experienced attorney fight to get you money for your injuries.
If you have been injured in an accident, time is limited to file a claim, so act now. The call and consultation are free.
Call 1-800-307-9899.
Every Sunday night, we're taking our cameras to 14,000 feet.
This ain't a good place to make a mistake.
With these extreme fortune seekers.
Look how blue that is.
Gambling on the dig of their lives.
This is an absolute extreme situation. If this is my last year on the mountain, be a fine way to go out.
Season 3, Prospectors, the $1 Million Mountain. Sundays at 9 on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 73 degrees under fair skies. Tonight, generally clear. Low 52. Winds west-northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Friday, sunny skies. High 73. Winds northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Friday night, clear skies. Low 48. Winds northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Sir, we're gonna need you on the runway later.
Don't let a severe cold hold you back. Get Theraflu. It has the power of 3 medicines to take on your worst pain and fever, cough, and nasal congestion. Theraflu breaks you free from your toughest cold and flu symptoms, so you never miss a day. Theraflu, serious power.
This Valentine's Day weekend, you can really experience eHarmony for free. It's the first step in finding that perfect person for you. Connect for free this Thursday through Monday only.
Heartburn. Did someone say burn? Try Alka-Seltzer Relief Chews. They work just as fast and are proven to taste better than Tums Smoothies assorted fruit.
Amazing.
Yeah, I get that a lot.
Alka-Seltzer Heartburn Relief Chews. Enjoy the relief.
Looks like 20 feet.
At Intel, they have this technology. You can take a picture and measure the distance before you jump.
Intel, this is where it all changes. As the host of a popular home improvement show, I know a lot about finding a great contractor for home repairs and improvement projects. Now there's HomeAdvisor.com, a free service that matches your project to top local service professionals.
We didn't have to do any work other than say what we needed.
Just 1, 2, 3, I found my guy and everything was smooth.
And it's always free to use.
We've had nothing.
It's the first ever mini hardtop 4-door. It might take some getting used to. The mini hardtop 4-door. Same handling, more handles.
Congratulations, you're down with Crestor.
Yes! When diet and exercise aren't enough, adding Crestor lowers bad cholesterol up to 55%. Crestor is not for people with liver disease or women who are nursing, pregnant, or may become pregnant. Tell your doctor all medicines you take. Call your doctor if you have muscle pain or weakness, feel unusually tired, have loss of appetite, upper belly pain, dark urine, or yellowing of skin or eyes. These could be signs of serious side effects.
I'm down with Crestor.
Make your move. Ask your doctor about Crestor.
Since 1985, we shop, you save.
So we've got like 60 years of experience here. And that's just Sam.
Jim Cantori, now on AMHQ. Weekday mornings at 7.
You heard it here just a few minutes ago. Winter Storm Neptune has been named. This is the winter storm that's going to be bringing blizzard conditions to New England once again. Now, you've had a ton of snow already causing huge problems all across the New England states, and more snow on the way. Could see in excess of a foot. So got to prepare yourself. Be prepared again to spend a lot of time inside. Boston, right now we sit at number 9 for the snowiest seasons with over 78 inches, but this storm will again be adding more snow to your already high total, already top 10 total. Boston, here's the forecast for you. Saturday, snow showers developing late day, so through the afternoon, the evening. Saturday night, though, you've got wind and you've got snow, so visibilities will be very, very low. Blizzard conditions expected, and Sunday, especially through the first half of the day, we're going to keep that going. Even into the afternoon, though, things are going to be tricky for traveling. I would anticipate that with all the problems you've had with the snow on the ground already, Monday and Tuesday, you'll still have issues out there. Need to go back to Max 3. There we go. Arctic air already in place as we head out over the weekend. Then that next Clipper's moving through. It gets offshore, and just as we've seen with the others, this storm is going to strengthen. That low will deepen, and that strong coastal storm develops, offers up wind and snow to New England. Again, blizzard conditions expected for eastern parts of New England. So again, Nantucket, places in coastal Massachusetts, coastal Maine, New Hampshire, down into Connecticut, Long Island. You'll see some of those gusty winds at times as well. Through Saturday afternoon, heaviest totals will be up into the New England states. So New York, we're going to be seeing some snow. More of the totals, or the higher totals, I should say, coming into parts of central and eastern New York, around the Albany area, but even Buffalo could get in on up to 8 to 12, or rather 5 to 8 inches, I should say. Syracuse, Rochester, you're looking at 3 to 5 inches from this one. Coastal Maine, that's where you've got a foot to a foot and a half, 8 to 12 inches, getting into parts of New Hampshire, eastern New Hampshire, even that northeast part of the state of Massachusetts. Look at these winds, though. Sustained winds as we go through Sunday morning, 30 to 35 miles an hour in Bangor and Boston. New York, 25 to 30 miles an hour. So that's why I say, even though you're not going to see the heaviest accumulations, you will have gusty winds with some of those snow showers. Then we've got a long track winter storm moving in next week. Early next week, that Arctic air still in place. We'll be watching another system as that strong jet stream moves off towards the east. This system's going to track southward and then up the coast. Moisture being pulled in ahead of that cold air. Looking at more of a mixed bag of precip from this one. On Monday, icy conditions through parts of southeastern Oklahoma, southern Arkansas, northern sections of Mississippi and Alabama. That wintry mix in the pink. Snow for places like Nashville, Tennessee, even into western North Carolina. Some of that heavier snow around Cleveland. By Tuesday, we've got ice. We've got a wintry mix. We've got snow all across the eastern half of the country. And by Wednesday, look where that snow's headed again into the northeast. Dave.
Oh, I tell you, we need a break. We need everybody flown from Boston to Las Vegas. Huh? I want to see Bostonians, Providencians, Portlandians on the Strip in Las Vegas. It is 67 there, 68 at the airport. The perfect winter escape. Don't you think? Huh? We're going to be at least as warm this weekend. And that's been the story for the last, how many months now? Look at Los Angeles. We're 83 downtown. San Diego, 83. We're expecting highs in the 80s right through the weekend with a slight cool down. And maybe a little more than slight. We'll see about that on Tuesday and Wednesday. It's the ridge in the west. That's the warm. It's the trough, or the jet stream dip, which is available now in family size, by the way, and mild also. And cold air with the trough of low pressure. There's your Canadian connection to the east, while it's a connection to the tropics, at least aloft, all the way into Canada. That's where the storms are right now. We've got sinking air, and we don't have any rain falling here at all, or snow, for that matter. High temperatures right through this weekend, pretty much where they are right now. Here are the numbers, my friend. You go to Portland, and you'll be warming up from places such as, say, Atlanta or Nashville this weekend. 61 in Salt Lake City, 65 in Denver, and once again warm down here, near 90 in the deserts. That's the story right through the weekend, my friend. So if you have to get out of town and you like warm weather, the Southwest really is the place to be. There's that cold air. Look at that. Tight gradient between the 60s and below freezing up there in South Dakota and Minnesota. So what part of the country are you in? Las Vegas, 78. one off the record. We could see more records this weekend. Now this.
Currently in our area, 73 degrees under fair skies. Tonight, generally clear. Low 52. Winds northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Friday, sunny skies. High 73. Winds northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Friday night, clear skies. Low 48. Winds northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Today, New Englanders are in a race against time. We have a brand new winter storm. It's called Neptune. It's a weekend blizzard, so dig out, clear out, because more's coming and you're going to soon have to deal with this. And this is the 5th winter storm in a row for the Northeast. It looks to be just as big, just as bad as the others. And this part of the country, they've really had it. They're kind of over it at this point.
They're
It's
beyond that.
trouble.
They're
Yeah.
beyond that. We're into new territory here.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Welcome into Weather Center Live on this Thursday. I'm Alex Wilson.
And I'm Dave Schwartz. Those pictures, that's what it's going to sound like and look like Saturday night and Sunday. Where else? New England.
Absolutely.
Huh?
That area that has seen so much now getting ready for Winter Storm Neptune, named just in the last 30 minutes. Its calling card, the blowing snow, the bitter cold that you mentioned.
Yeah, the weather is the big story in Portland, Maine. For example, the front page of today's Portland Press Herald. Time to hit the roof.